Let's find the stream. And share it around the league. It was only after yesterday's match I suddenly dawned that Frank is currently the Ross.
No.
Yeah, it was a year before
No.
that. It was a year before that 40 had it.
Of course. Hence why it's now just Skidmark and not Skidmark Ross. Oh, all the shade that we have thrown that man's way.
I mean, it's still deserved. He still won it. I think it was the inaugural Ross. I'm pretty sure he won it.
I mean, he's not corrected us.
That is a very good point.
Not corrected us.
Yeah, he probably should have said a word. Maybe he just felt so much shame that he felt he couldn't.
Maybe he thinks. Maybe we've said it enough times. He's now sure he's the current Ross.
I can't remember who competed for it last year. It might have been Frank. Oh, it was Frank and Quayne, wasn't it? It must have been.
It sounds likely.
And then what may happen in a similar situation, the person who adjusted their team least may well survive not earning the Ross. I'm pretty sure Quayne didn't make any changes to his team and somehow still beat Frank. But anyway, let's get this game started. Game 2 of Catnapping versus Cream of the Crop. Catnapping as Boston Celtics, Cream of the Crop as Los Angeles Lakers. Let's play this game. Oh, it's the Spurs. Let me adjust that. What is with TC's team? They're just broken. Gallinari. Oh, he's only 10th man. For Randall. Dinwiddie's fit at least. Took those 50 away.
Bringing up the league history and shows you the playoffs from last year.
Does it?
Not the Ross-offs though.
Oh. Is it not just in the other half of the bracket? Because it definitely puts you through it, so...
Yeah, but it doesn't seem to save that.
Yeah. Well, I'd assume, because doesn't it then move everyone like accordingly? So whoever was 8th, which should have been Frank, was the Ross,
Yeah.
and 7th.
Yeah,
therefore...
that seems right, because yeah, Frank was certainly 8th in the standings. Do you want to have a guess where Catnapping's GM finished on season after all of this? He was the Ross.
I want to say 6th.
You would be wrong.
Where did he finish?
4th.
So he wasn't even in contention for it.
He made playoffs and lost to you.
I was going to say, I thought I got to the finals last year.
Yeah, I mean, this is a repeat of last year's final.
Yeah. But I wasn't sure. I was like, did that happen, or am I just being delusional? It did. I need to back myself more, clearly. And I really don't want... Now I don't want to lose it twice. That's added more pressure to it.
I mean, Yahoo will show it as you finishing 3rd.
Yeah, I know. I'm hoping I can override that. But we'll see what they do for next season. Yahoo, if you're watching, you need to add that feature in, because what you have done to our league has been an atrocity, and it needs to be fixed. Just saying. You watch, you'll win now, and all this will mean nothing.
Yeah, it was the year before that 40s floaters were left adrift. And as he lost to Frank in the Ross off that year, as it were.
Yeah, that was a battle for the ages. But anyway, let's get this game going now. There we go.
Yes.
No more selection issues. Just the 2K TV preview to get through. It is incredibly loud. I don't know. Nor do I care. Let's get started. So, game 2 of the Ross at the Staples Centre could spell victory for Karima the Crop, who currently lead the series 1-0, and it is a 3-game series. So this game at home for foregone conclusion means everything. Not foregone conclusion, sorry. Catnapping.
Today means everything to foregone conclusion as well. I can assure you.
Well, that home court advantage for catnapping is for Karima the Crop is not looking good. I need to get these teams straight in my head. I may wind up just keep calling them Lakers and Celtics because it's what I see. Cat with an early rebound after a missed shot.
Will he show up today? And that's the surely the question on everyone's lips there.
Well, he's started and Steph's definitely showing up.
He was so anonymous yesterday.
Yeah, it was a very quiet game for Cat, and he actually napped through much of the second half. Came out for the last couple of minutes of the fourth, but by that point it was already done, and he's already fouled Porzingis. All over the back of him there. Obvious foul. Bordering on flagrant. Which would not have been good early. Porzingis to the line for 2. Gets his first to go. And the second as well. Nice from Kristaps Porzingis. Gets Karima the Crop off the board. Curry now finds Capella inside. Goes up against Porzingis, and Porzingis is now called a foul against. And it will send Capella to the line for 2.
This is shades of the opening game of the Jenny yesterday, and just fouls.
It's getting aggressive early. Means everything to these teams. Both GMs clearly saw what happened yesterday, and they like the look of it.
I don't think from his comments after the game, I don't think the catnapping GM liked the look of anything that he saw.
Capella misses his first 3 throw. He's got a second chance. Gets a second. Sexton will now bring it up for Karima the Crop. We had a stellar game yesterday. Leonard now outside. And there's a foul. A legal screen from Sexton. Oh, there's a commentator's curse once again.
That's it's the rookie nerves showing.
Sure, he'll get himself settled. He took a while to get settled yesterday, but found his rhythm. Got himself a nice clip of points and helped his team to the victory.
All season for the Cavs, he's taken quite a while to get settled.
It's very true. Williams makes his way inside to even up the game.
Our pick of the players yesterday.
He was he had a brilliant game, and then the player of the game that Jordan decided to pick went to Leonard. I feel like he bought them off for that. Williams again now on the ball, finds Leonard outside, gets a screen, and gets stripped by Bogdanovic. Braces at the court, but has Leonard for company. And strips the ball right back, showing just why he is Defensive Player of the Year. And gets the dunk. Big. Huge from Leonard.
Showing why everyone tags him as one of the best two-way players playing today.
He's just got that next level of court awareness where, he won't just settle for just scoring. He will also get back on D, do his bit. He's found now.
Still doesn't have to laugh like a human, though.
Well, yeah. I mean, he is a cyborg after all. Misses the shot there. Ball comes out to Curry, finds Murray in the corner. Tried to make it inside. Can't. Tries again. Finds Towns. And it gets rejected by Porzingis. Get that out of here.
And again, early struggles.
Well, Towns has at least scored already this game, but he's going to need to do more. He's going to really need to bring it for his team.
Strong start for Kareem here with a 60% field goal percentage.
Towns with a distance 3 though. Ooh, okay. I see you, Cat.
It's clearly got the feed on somewhere. Sick of this chat.
Murray strips the ball, makes his way up court, doesn't get his layup to go. Leonard picks up the rebound and will head straight back up the other end. Finds Sexton inside. Jumper doesn't go. Cat with the rebound. Bogdanovic bringing it up. Finds Murray in the corner all alone. Oh, and it is terrible from Murray. Still can't really get it to go in this playoff series. Williams finds a nice 2 inside. Williams in the playoffs at the moment is 16 points per game. It's a strong effort from moving from a 6-man position to a starting position. Leonard now finds Sexton in the corner for 3, and it's good. 4-point lead now for Kareem of the Crop.
Kareem seems to be taking much more sensible shots than catnapping at this stage. Taking their time, finding the space.
Sexton inside to Porzingis proves just that. They were in acres of space after stripping Jamal Murray. It's looking a bit cold out there. And catnapping have called a timeout.
Do you think Murray will be coming back on the court after this timeout?
I do not. I feel like he needs to have a bit of a sit down and just get himself adjusted to this away court crowd. But he's still on the court.
I'm just trying to let him shoot his way through it.
Bogdanovic gets it done. Assist from Towns there. Leonard now finds Porzingis inside. Gets fouled. It's the second foul from Cat. That'll send him to the line.
Yesterday he was busy napping. Today maybe it's going to be foul trouble that keeps him off the court.
Well, as you called it, he checks out for Steven Adams. Guess he's done his part now. We can have a good nap until he's needed in the second half. Porzingis pushes that lead to 6. And what can Steph and co get done? to get themselves out of this rut once again. Murray to Bogdanovic.
Yesterday we didn't see Steph really make the most of his ridiculous range. Maybe he will today.
No, he was unusually cold. He still put up a good stat sheet for the game, but was his unusually wayward self when it comes to shooting. I believe he was down to 20% shooting at one point in the second half. As Murray takes a seat now.
Team Porzingis, as he's also on 2 fouls.
Adams now at the line to convert the and one opportunity, and does. Williams now outside for Kareem of the Crop, trying to find some space. It's crowded by Curry. Finds Sexton. Gets it out to JJJ. Inside to Leonard. Fade away from Leonard. No good. Capella gets the break started. It's now found its way to Richardson. Almost stripped, but the ball finds itself in the hands of Bogdanovic. Almost stripped again. Does get stripped. Sexton picks it up. Leonard now running it up the court. Goes up against Curry. Draws the foul and gets the bucket.
Early troubles for catnapping, really.
Still just under 6 minutes left on the clock though, so not in too much foul trouble at the end of this quarter. Mike Conley subs in for Curry. Capella now outside, surveying the court. Finds Conley. Can't get a screen from Capella. Decides to drive the basket anyway. Finds Adams inside. It's been camped out inside for a long amount of time. Richardson's shot from deep is no good. Hachimura will bring it up the court. Finds Jackson. To Leonard. Back to Reggie Jackson. Passing it around nicely, our Kareem of the Crop. Finds Whiteside outside. Gets a screen. 3 on the clock. From distance, doesn't get it to go, and Adams gets a rebound.
Yeah, it was nice movement from Kareem, but very tight D from catnapping. Very difficult to break through him.
Trying to make sure that Kareem don't run away with this one as much as they ran away with the last one in the end. So Whiteside picks the second chance effort and doesn't get it.
To play for here, really, for catnapping. This is it. I'm trying to make sure they have a chance of avoiding the Ross.
It really is. This is do or die, and they are just dying at the moment. Adams gets a
Certainly
rebound.
aren't doing.
Kawhi Leonard, quick shot. Nice 2 there from Leonard.
See the stats for Steven Adams there from the playoffs. 8 points and 7 rebounds.
I mean, he's certainly doing a job, but it's not enough on the offensive end, really.
No.
Leonard finds Jackson inside, gets to the bucket and the foul. Mike Conley there, almost looked like he shoved him over. Superb move there from Kareem of the Crop, though.
Kind of looking worried on the bench there.
Maybe you shouldn't have fouled so early. Might be able to do something about this. Jackson now at the line to convert the and one opportunity. Ooh, doesn't get it to go. Adams with the rebound. Conley now looks for an opportunity. Finds one. Not a good one though, and he's now looking a bit cold out there. Reggie Jackson with an ambitious pass inside to Hachimura doesn't come off. Richardson picks it up and gets blocked on the other end. End-to-end stuff here. Satoransky makes it through, finds Bridges in space, gets it done. 10-point lead now for Kareem of the Crop. Catnapping really needs something now. Well, this game might be over before it's even really got started. Conley blocked by Whiteside.
We saw him put up a lot of blocks yesterday, so it's not a surprise that he's still at it.
No, I'm kind of surprised that Conley attempted that, and as a result, he's been sat down for Van Vliet. He might be the better option at the moment.
He certainly played well yesterday in his minutes.
He did, and with his first action on
a bit of a spark off of the bench.
He really does, and with his first action off the bench, gets a bucket inside in the paint. Steven Adams makes the foul number 5 for catnapping and sends Reggie Jackson to the line.
That's Kareem well and truly in the bonus now as well.
Still over 2 minutes in this quarter left to go, and that could be telling. Foul trouble early.
Something you know all about?
Yeah. I mean, it was a risky strategy, but it appeared to have paid off yesterday. Whether it'll work again today will be another question.
At least we can be glad that so far Kawhi's shorts have stayed on.
Yeah, Tice had a close moment earlier though. Thankfully, Kawhi is deciding not to show us his goods. Another miss for catnapping. The rebounds are telling. Kareem of the Crop with 14 to catnapping's 11. Jackson finds Whiteside inside. Goes for the bucket. Doesn't quite get it to go, but gets the rebound and gets a second chance effort. It's now a 12-point lead for Kareem of the Crop in this first quarter.
And looking like one of the highest scoring quarters of these playoffs. So far.
Yeah.
For Kareem.
Up to 30 points already. It's a strong effort. Adams now, clock winding down. Gets it to go with the fade away from deep.
Yeah, we're hoping that cools Whiteside down a little bit. That shot over him.
Whiteside's looking pretty confident right now. Finds Hachimura, who gets hacked by Adams, and that'll send him to the line for 2.
And that's a second for Adams. So trouble for the big men in this half. Catnapping.
Hachimura cans that first effort, no good there. Adams now swapped out for Allen. And Harris subs in for Satoransky for the Kareem of the Crop Lakers. Ooh, misses the second attempt as well.
Fairly uneven first season for Hachimura in the league. He's had some injury problems, but hasn't quite lived up to some of the pre-season hype.
Yeah, I feel like he's just going to take a bit of time to really get settled in the league.
Yeah, obviously has set a good example for his fellow countrymen, being the first playing in the league.
Indeed. So we get a jump ball now from a missed strip opportunity, and catnapping win it, and they desperately needed that possession. Van Vliet finds Tice. Richardson outside now.
You can see the GM of catnapping has chimed in with his displeasure at the way this first quarter has gone.
Yeah, he wants to get on the court himself almost and just get things done. Which, given our draft a couple of years ago, it might actually help at this point. Brought the sauce
Ain't a
on me.
big man. There's our just fouling.
Van Vliet in the corner with space. Doesn't get his three to go. Whiteside picks up the rebound. As the first quarter ends, 30 points for cream of the crop Lakers to 20 points catnapping Celtics.
It's a big first quarter lead.
I'm just not sure that catnapping can really do anything to overturn it. It's not been looking great for them.
They need a run, and they need maybe that outside shooting to improve on where it's been so far.
Well, like we said yesterday, they've got the pieces. You know, they've got Curry, they've got Murray, they've got the small ball players to actually hit the threes, but they're just not connecting at the moment. I'm not quite sure what that's about. It's Van Vliet, another one of these who can shoot from deep, brings the ball up the court, finds his way inside, passes it to Richardson outside, goes for another three, doesn't get it to go. Thompson picks up the rebound, who's subbed in, and gets a second chance effort. So now we have Wendell Carter Jr. in the paint for cream of the crop, and it is another early foul in this quarter, this time from Jarrett Allen.
Again, the big man. This could spell trouble for all the big men are getting this handsy.
I'm wondering if there's just a bit of fatigue from the big men. Why they're so late on these fouls.
I mean, we've seen this all season from Allen.
This is true.
He's had some troubles adjusting to a new role, sharing with another big man in Brooklyn.
Yeah, that's been an odd timeshare, that one, because it has literally been a timeshare. One plays, the other one pretty much doesn't. Which hasn't made
But
them.
It's never been an assured starter, which has made it stranger.
Yeah, it's not made either one really a solid pick for your team. But when they do play, they do get points. The other option, of course, being the incomparable DeAndre Jordan. Van Vliet gets it to go inside.
Interestingly, the GM again piping up to say it's so much been a team of individuals with no leadership.
It's ironic.
Begs the question: why did he draft him that way?
Oh, Murray with a clear path to the basket almost gave it up at that point. You can imagine it was only because he ran past his GM on the bench that he actually decided to go for it.
But it's been a nice start to this quarter for catnapping. Really, they've cut that deficit.
Yes, Kareem of the crop get another option to go, another bucket to go. They look like they're forcing Kareem of the crop to actually make a few more plays and get some of the uglier buckets, but it's still not quite coming off. Wendell Carter Jr. Nice defense, gets a fast break going. Bridges converts at the other end. That 10-point lead is just about reinstated. Crowder finds Thompson inside, can't get it to go. Harris now sets it off, finds Jackson. Can't get past Van Vliet. Back to Harris, back to Jackson. Gets a screen. He's now got Crowder crowding him out.
So what you've done there?
I'm a pro, mate. I'm a pro. Bridges finds Harris outside. Deep three, no good. Crowder with the rebound.
Better again.
Tipped and stripped. Now outside to Carter Jr. Looking to put the moves on Allen. Finds Jackson outside. And Crowder gets another steal. Active hands from Jay Crowder this quarter. Van Vliet finds his way inside. Puts it up. Gets it down as well.
We said they needed Van Vliet to start getting something, and it's exactly what he's done since he's come on.
It's just making Kareem of the Crop think about how they guard him, whether they leave him out alone outside where he can hit from deep, or whether they try and cover his attacks to the paint. As he finds Crowder outside, he's forced to pick up the ball. Gets it to Van Vliet, across to Murray. Murray drives inside, pushed wide. Crowder outside, doesn't get his three to go. Reggie Jackson picks up the rebound. Goes straight at Catnapping. Oh, cheeky pass, doesn't quite come off for Bridges, and we will have another jump ball inside the key. And Catnapping stripped the ball from Kareem of the Crop there. Allen now outside, looking for something to get this offense going for Catnapping.
We do need something. Still with that 10-point deficit.
And Tristan Thompson with an over-the-back foul when Allen had already picked up the rebound. It's wasted possession there.
Weirdly, as a reward, Thompson the only one staying on in a large-scale changes for Catnapping.
Yeah, I'm starting to question what the GM of Catnapping is doing, as Cat comes straight back on the court and fouls instantly.
He was not done with his break. Just sit straight back down. Really must be a shame for this young GM that his star player has been so absent from this playoff game.
It's not just the playoffs, it's been the whole season, really.
It has. I mean, let's not forget how he's ended up in this position.
It's pretty much single-handedly been Cat and just a defiant refusal to drop him from his team. In fact, he didn't even start the season as Catnapping.
But then, I mean, a player of Cat's quality, you can't ever really leave him because you never know when he's gonna turn it on.
I guess that's the risk of the league. You can drop, but it might be your loss. Or you can try and trade and try and get some value out of it, but
when they're not performing, it's a difficult trade.
It is a difficult trade. Even the rookie didn't fall for it. As Williams finds Leonard outside, no good there. The GM now for Catnapping is considering that maybe it was the contract discussions that have had an effect on his gameplay this season. As Curry finds Thompson just about inside. Towns now with a high fadeaway, no good. Williams up to Sexton. Sexton working on Curry. Holds off Curry, still has the ball, finds Leonard. In space, and a nice two just inside the arc there. Sexton picks up his third assist.
He's been playing well, finding his teammates well.
Yeah, he's just kind of been playing that linchpin role. As Curry jacks up a three, no good. Cat barely even attempts to fight for the rebound against Leonard. Leonard breaking everybody's ankles and makes it straight through the center of the paint for his 6th bucket of the game.
Things definitely not looking good for Cat Napping at this point. They just can't seem to turn the tide.
No, as Curry misses another one inside. Leonard starts to break up the other end and goes it all alone. In the end, gets fouled by Tristan Thompson.
You've got to wonder if that lengthy injury spell for Curry's impacted his game. Maybe he's not quite back.
No, he's just not quite looking as fresh, not looking as confident as he normally is.
Particularly in playoffs, this is normally his time.
Yeah, but I guess with a 3-game series, it's quite short, so it's not really forgiving. You know, you're either there and ready to play, or you're not. As Leonard misses his first free throw. Adams checks in, pushes Cat to the 4, which might be a better solution at this point.
The fact the manager's just accepted the foul trouble on Cat and is really just leaving him out there, hoping for the best.
Well, I guess at this point, you're down by 15. You might as well just put your players out there, regardless of foul trouble, because it's not looking positive. Adams with the rebound, and the second chance effort is good. Leonard high pass inside. Finds Satoransky. Nice easy 2 right under the bucket.
What might help Cat here is in moving. He's up against Triple J rather than KP. Maybe James hoping that will stop some of these fans.
Well, KP found him and fouled him.
Oh, it's got to keep up on the numbers. It's 3 apiece for the 2 big men.
This ongoing battle between the 2 of them.
GM now blaming the owner.
It's not what you want to see, you know. These live tweets during a game. Just, you know, it can affect the fans because they can read it, and then I suppose they're at least away, so it'll take a while for it to get back to them. But it's just not what you need.
We've all seen plenty of players get in trouble with these kind of tweets.
Of course, the GMs are no exception to punishment from these kind of outbursts. It's good to see passion from the GM, especially whilst his team are down by 13. But he needs that passion to be passed through to the players on court. As Porzingis blows by Adams and Towns. Gets that Kareem of the Crop field goal percentage up to 62%.
It's been all too easy this quarter.
It really has. And that paltry 35% is just not helping.
You look at the shots taken. Kareem taking considerably less shots than Cat Napping to get that high percentage.
Yeah, they're not settling for any shot. They'll work it around, and if the shot's not there, shot's not there. Exactly. Curry now.
Whereas Cat Napping taking some more risky shots. Moving on to blaming the star player himself.
This is just smacks of throwing your toys out the pram. It's Curry. Curry misses another bucket. He's only made 2 buckets this game. 1 3 from deep and the other inside just the play before. Porzingis now outside. Gets a screen from distance. Porzingis showing Curry how it's done.
This is just getting disrespectful now.
It is, isn't it? And so early in the game, we're looking at a serious sweep for Cream of the Crop. Unless catnapping can get things changing, Conley just pauses at the top of the key, finds Adams, goes over the top of Porzingis, doesn't get it to go. Porzingis gets the rebound. And that rebound difference is just increasing between the teams now.
Just can't happen with just no answer. And given the big men they've had on the court, surprising to see them so far behind on rebounds.
It really is. There's been a lot of fouls from the big men, but not a lot of rebounds.
Actually, moreover, the lovely move through to find the bucket there. Again, it just all seems so easy.
Conley from deep doesn't go. Drawn in by Porzingis. Finds Williams outside. Looking for some space. Finds Hachimura inside. Pushes that lead to 18 points for Kareem of the Crop. This is getting embarrassing for catnapping.
Well, we wondered how they'd take to playing away, and it's not well.
Not well at all. They are struggling in the
But
LA heat.
Steven Adams trying to get things going, heating up with his play, but they're going to need something big in the second half. The way things are going.
I think they're just going to have to fundamentally change the starting lineup. You know, Van Vliet needs to be out there. Cat needs to not be out there. I'd be pushing for Allen and Adams at the 4 and 5 respectively.
We'll have to see what happens. What changes are made.
Curry goes for another 3, no good. Porzingis with another rebound, finds Satoransky, passes it to JJJ inside, no good. Towns gets a rebound. Ball works its way up to Bogdanovic at the other end of the court. Finds Towns. Now to Curry. Drawing away from the bucket, maybe trying to test his range out when he draws the clock, winds the clock down. Pushes inside. From just inside the arc, gets a bucket to go.
They really need that to be a spark for him and get him shooting.
Yeah, it's just trying to build some confidence by shooting from inside.
But 14 behind at the half.
I mean, I'm struggling to see how we'll get a second half out of this, but here's hoping.
Yeah, things can still turn around. There's plenty of time, but Catnapping really do need to find something.
And it's going to have to be something drastic. And we're going to need basically a new team to come out for this second half. Because they've just been giving the ball away. They've been wasting shots. They're really not looking like the dominant force that they were coming into this playoff series.
Yeah, just think the half yesterday, they were up. We were praising them. It was looking strong. How far they fallen?
How far they've fallen indeed. Field goal percentage for the first half down at 37%. And Kareem of the Crop just leading there in blocks. I say leading, dominating in blocks.
You look at the assists that are piling up for Kareem as well.
Yeah, it just shows how they're working that ball around.
Yeah, they're working it well, finding the spaces. Smart play.
Well, here's hoping that the start of the second half is much different from the start of the first for catnapping. We can really get a series out of this, because at the moment it's heading to a sweep for Karima the Crop, and that would hand catnapping the Ross for the second time in their franchise history.
Second time in what turns out to be 3 years. Early foul, Triple J there.
Just keeping Cat in check. Doesn't want him to build up any kind of momentum going into this quarter, into this half.
You've got to wonder how much of a hair-dry treatment this team got during the break.
Well, Cat makes the first, so it seems to be working. Whatever was said in that locker room. But as you can see there, we've got Curry and Murray starting at the 1 and 2 for catnapping. Capella's back out there, along with Bogdanovic, and Cat gets his second to fall at the 5.
The question's going to be, can they stop Kareem scoring more?
And the answer there is no. Leonard gets an easy fadeaway 2 to go. Bogdanovic from distance. See, this is the shooting that they just need to not be going for, because after a wayward 3, Karima the Crop just heads straight up the court on a fast break, find Leonard in some space, and then it's just an easy 2 inside. Curry outside, another 3 goes begging. Now JJJ will set it off for Karima the Crop.
Sensible shots.
I just think they're rushing it.
They are. They're panicking. They've got a long way to go, and they just need to build that confidence.
They need a good quarter here to build. Yeah. Ooh, Curry rejected by Porzingis. He's made 3 of 11 shots this game. He's tried 6 from outside. Leonard with the dunk on Bogdanovic.
When was the last time we saw stats like that from Steph?
I mean, it's just shocking. He's just had the ball stripped from him by Sexton, who finds Leonard and goes for another dunk on Bogdanovic. And he is heating up now.
I mean, this is, I think, the rookie sending a message for next season.
Yep.
It will not be the same team.
Well, I think this just goes to show that you can't really mess with auto draft, as Leonard, outside from distance, doesn't get it to go. Auto drafting some snide trades, which I think has left him in a very good position drafting wise next season. Not maybe the greatest position, but he'll be doing bits in next year's trade.
Yeah. Of course, all the draft order yet to be decided, but definitely got some good picks in there.
Yeah, the draft order will be all important for next year, as well, it will be for some teams. For other teams, it won't really matter. There is one team I'm thinking of that, albeit they're not fighting for the Ross, but they are definitely not fighting for the Jenny either. They are in the 5th and 6th place battle, and that would be Carmelo Retire, playing as the Clippers in this series.
Here's a question for you about that man's draft next year.
Yep.
When do you think the first round he'll be picking a player as?
I mean, I know it's low. I think he's just about in the top half of the draft. So I'm going to go 7th round.
That is an optimistic guess.
Wow.
But only slightly.
Wow.
Round 8. Round 8 will be his first pick.
Wow. I just don't see how you can build a season from that.
with a combined 8 picks across the last 2 rounds of the draft as well.
Oh, good lord. So not only has he got to wait until basically the second half of the draft. His season's done, surely. That season is over.
Who knows?
I don't get what...
He might strike some absolute gold late on though.
I mean, he'll need some like rookie picks that the rest of us have all been
I don't know.
hesitating
I
on
mean,
because
you
we've got
look
picks
at
higher
this
up.
season, and Brandon Ingram went in the last round this season.
Really?
Yeah.
That is surprising.
So people fall, and if he gets lucky, you could pick up some real value. But you've got to think he's going in with quite the odds stacked against him.
I just can't see because the rest of us will be able to pick from a much greater selection of players for the first 8 rounds, for the first 7 rounds. So you got to think that the other 7 sides will be stacked against him by the time he gets to draft.
And we've thrown a lot at catnapping, but you look at those draft picks for next year. He's looking strong.
Yeah,
7 picks across the first 4 rounds.
And they will be done picking by round 14 and will be the first team to do so. Everybody Loves Draymond, the only other team that will have... Oh no, tell a lie. I'd forgotten about the Wakanda Panthers, who will get all of their business done by round 12.
If anyone was wondering where Carmelo retires Picture Walker. There is to Wakanda.
I mean, I would be screaming collusion, but I mean, I feel like it's pointless.
But yeah, certainly should be an interesting draft.
And I'm looking forward to it.
Some big choices to be made.
I mean, it's just form is just going to be something to consider, and then the league format that they take for next year. Are they going to play reduced number of games, or are we still going to be in the bubble, or it's going to impact.
I mean, compared to last season, there's not been that much chat about any sort of big name rookies coming in.
No, and I mean there wasn't before the virus really kind of took hold, but I think it's still had an impact. The rookies haven't had a chance to really work out for the big teams. You know, they've not really had the combine. So it'll be interesting to see what the teams do with their picks. As Tice picks up a foul there from Whiteside. Scoring's kind of stalled a bit for Kareem of the Crop. Still holding a healthy 15-point lead, but
the scoring may have stalled, but it hasn't kicked up a gear for catnapping, which has helped them.
First bucket is good from Whiteside. Allen checks in for Capella. And it appears as though the catnapping GM is already looking at his rebuild for the next season.
And I think the less said about it, the better.
I mean, if he does follow through with that strategy, it is a bold strategy. I don't feel like we can talk about it, as it would bring the league into dispute. But it is a doozy of a pick that he is suggesting. This is his first round pick. Harris from distance with a 3.
But the other thing to consider when we get to that draft next year is the players who've recently moved, like Clint Cabela, who we won't really have seen with their new team.
Yeah, but I think the likes of I think Capella will be all right on the Hawks, and I'm not even expecting him to stay there by the end of the summer. I think he could be moved. I reckon that was just a cap space issue for the Rockets as they were looking at a playoff push.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be interesting to see what happens with the bubble and if teams do make a lot of moves or not, with all the changes being proposed potentially to rules.
And I guess it's not helped that some players haven't decided to head into the bubble, as we've already
Yeah,
seen a
but
couple
I
of
mean,
trades.
you can't blame them. Like everyone's got
No,
their
that's
view on it,
yeah,
and it's absolutely fair. But say it will make for an interesting watch when the things start back up again.
certainly will do.
And as long as players keep the Uber Eats to a minimum, then should get some good basketball. So obviously, some players, like notably, Shaq has said any rings this season must come with a big asterisk against them.
Yeah, and I think it's good. I think it's basically the same in any sport, really. Any sport that concluded partway through 2020, the wins are going to have an asterisk, no matter what the situation is,
Yeah,
just because it broke away. I mean, it's less. It's more clear cut for, let's say, Liverpool in the English Premier League, but even in some of these other leagues, especially ones that involve a playoff run, then not having fans and players not necessarily being able to maintain their fitness and now being outside the window of when they usually would be playing will have a factor.
yeah. We've we talked a lot about home court advantage, and obviously playing without any fans there, you don't get that same feeling.
Yeah,
So it'll be interesting to see how everyone copes in the bubble as a result. As Canopy miss another deep effort.
yeah, that was more from forced defense from Kareem at the Crop in that play. As we see again, as Jamal Murray is rejected. Herter hurtles up the court. Still breaking him in. Whiteside inside. Goes over Murray but doesn't get it to go. Tice picks up the rebound and sets Murray off. Finds Richardson inside. Nice dunk there from Richardson. Kareem of the Crop decide they're going to call timeout, their first of the game, with 3 minutes left on the clock and
It says a lot that it's taken
yeah.
till 3 minutes to go in the third quarter for Kareem of the Crop to feel they need a timeout.
And I mean, they don't even really need it. I guess it's 100% tactical in terms of breaking up any little momentum that catnapping may be building.
But it's still a big 16-point deficit. Canopy needed to come out big in this third quarter, and they haven't. Things have slowed for Kareem, but Canopy just can't get things to drop.
I mean, it's got to a point with this game that I'm not even sure who, player-wise, who's really kind of stood out for a potential player of the game. I know we're looking at it early in the third, but Kareem and the Crop have just been so dominant. The whole team have just outstripped catnapping.
I think you're probably looking at Kawhi being a big part of that again.
Yeah, he did come out all guns blazing from the half as well. Just relentless. That champion's mentality. Allen tries to go over the top and doesn't get it to go, but does get the foul.
the third team foul there. In what's been a lot calmer foul-wise compared to where we were in the first half. We've had a vote come in from the Kidnapping GM to suggest, and I'm sure this hurts him, Kristaps Porzingis is a potential player of the game
Yeah,
for all those big blocks.
He has had a strong game. That might be why the shot percentage is quite so low for catnapping, because when they have got shots up, they've just been swatted away by Porzingis. Curry from deep, just comes on, doesn't get it to go, but Allen does on the second chance effort.
Steph's still looking rusty, looking not himself.
They can't afford to just let him play this out. They really need him to turn up. Goes from beyond the arc. Still can't get it to go. It's just not coming for Curry at the moment. Still yet to hit a shot in this second half.
It's looking ice cold.
So Adams now outside. With 6 seconds left on the clock. Finds Curry outside again. Still can't get it to go. He's forcing the effort now. And he's actually getting further and further out while he's shooting. He could do with taking a few steps in, get some nice easy twos, get his rhythm up.
Get his confidence going.
Yeah. Porzingis controls the double team. Finds Satoransky. Shoots over Curry, no good. Bogdanovic comes away with the rebound. Finds Curry outside. This time it's good. His first shot made. Williams inside to Bridges. Ooh! Jarrett Allen says no.
Heard all this chat about the GM being impressed by blocks. Wants to get on the radar for that starting spot.
I'm wondering if there might be a bit of grooming going on. This GM clearly likes his bigs. And he's voting for a KP to pick up player of the game. The league admin might need to get involved there. So make sure there's no untoward play. Bogdanovic outside. Gets it to go. 0.2. Sorry, just stepped inside. 0.2 seconds left on the clock, and that will be it for the third quarter.
The kidnapping of clawed ever so slightly into that deficit from the half.
When you say ever so slightly, you mean by 2 points, right?
Yeah, ever so slightly. I'm sure at this point the GM's thinking every little helps.
It might be way too little, too late.
Oh, the smart money surely is on Kareem sweeping here. Very understated assist of the game there.
Yeah, I feel like it's been a very understated kind of game. There's been no oops from memory. There were quite a few last game.
There's been a few big blocks, but nothing outstanding for the highlight reel.
Leonard inside now. Shot over Curry. And they're just getting mismatched on the D. Oh, catnapping. Yeah, Curry shouldn't be the one picking up Kawhi.
No. That is quite the mismatch, and Leonard took full advantage.
Leonard now running at Conley. Another mismatch, and just puts him to bed. Curry, there's an oop. Inside to Thompson.
Trying to silence this crowd and maybe get something going themselves. The big play.
Leonard. Oh, almost put it down himself, but got rejected by Capella. Conley finds Capella outside. Thompson. Catnapping. Getting the passes away. Conley from outside and gets it to go. Could we have a game
Could
here?
we be seeing something special brewing?
I mean, this would definitely be the comeback of all comebacks at the moment. And I mean, personally, I would love to see it right now.
It would be good to see.
Oh, here we go. Conley inside to Curry with a nice inside pass. Catnapping starting to heat up now as a team. Bridges now outside for Kareem of the Crop.
I mean, the question is if they do get something special here, will their GM regret all of these messages denouncing the players, the owner?
I think he'll just dismiss it as a misplaced inspiration. You know, the old rope-a-dope when it comes to dragging your team. Curry drives to the net, draws the foul, and gets the bucket.
Getting his 3 points the other way.
He does like his threes, and he'll get him any way he wants. I do feel like this is a mistake from the Catnapping GM as they are starting to build up some momentum. Thompson and Conley come off for Towns. And I think that was Murray, I can't remember.
Yeah. It's allowed Def to move to the point though.
Yeah, but Murray's had a very quiet game, and even quieter game than Curry. Curry's only just come alive in this fourth quarter. Sexton stepped just inside the arc there. That one went for two. Curry will bring the ball up the court. Capella now outside. Jamal Murray trying to find space, had space, but Capella somewhat ignored him. Curry finds Towns inside, goes up against Porzingis, who does enough to put Cat off. Leonard now driving the ball. Can't get it to go, and Capella gets the rebound. Catnapping need a score here. Murray passes it inside to Capella. Tries to go over Williams and draws the foul. Second team foul for Kareem of the Crop.
Canada looking a lot more aggressive in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, they appear to have woken up.
Yeah.
Cat and all.
Got a chance here to pull it back to a 10-point deficit.
Yeah, no. Capella missing his first effort. Needs the second one to go. Unless he goes for the risky free throw oop.
I'd love to see it.
Sadly,
I would
he just drops
absolutely love it if Stephen Adams has had a word and gone, remember this time me and Russ did this thing?
it.
And it was glorious. Oh, that's a foul at the other end.
Which sends just the man you don't want to the stripe. Drops the first one. Now a 12-point lead for Kareem of the Crop. Still 8 minutes to go in this quarter. I've seen bigger leads overturned in short amounts of time, but I'm still not feeling all that hopeful for catnapping.
Canapa need to really heat up if they're to do this. We were getting a little run together, but that's stalled a little bit. These breaks in play for the free throws.
Breaks in play, I think unnecessary subs. Bogdanovic has been an ever-present force, apparently, in this game, but just not been able to link them all together. As Murray finds Towns in space, but he hesitates and gets double-teamed. Porzingis draws the miss. Sexton through the middle with a nice dunk from the rookie.
And that's the problem. In the problem all game. They're just leaving easy buckets for Kareem.
There's an attempted oop there from Curry after he almost lost the ball.
But just the communication not quite there.
No, and the D was right there as well. It was a risky play. They've managed to retain possession, but we'll see what happens.
Kareem sending Whiteside back on in place of Porzingis.
Oh, Williams knocks the ball loose. Run the ball caught up against Cat. Cat does enough to get it stopped, but Whiteside is there to pick up this second chance effort.
A smart substitution.
Once again, the rookie GM just showing how it's done and how to avoid the Ross comprehensively. Whiteside there does enough to stop Cat. Williams finds Leonard inside, who creates some space and then just gets rejected by Towns. You see Curry go from deep again, can't get it to go.
He did have just nothing but time there.
Meanwhile, Kareem of the Crop wasting no time getting it done. Lou Williams with, I think, what he'll claim is an oop, but definitely was an attempted shot.
I think Triple J will be claiming that as an offensive rebound and
Yep.
put back jam. As I say, with 6 minutes to go in the final quarter, and a fairly massive 19-point
Fairly massive.
lead.
Cat picking up his fourth foul isn't helping things either.
It's looking like that sweep is going to be coming.
I mean, halfway through the final quarter, 20-point deficit. As much as I would love to see a comeback, I just can't see it.
And with Curry so cold from deep, not even like they can just rely on his ridiculous range to just be draining threes from all over the court.
Yeah, what he really needs to heat up and then start drawing fouls from distance and hope for some risky 4-point plays, because at the moment that's the only way I can see them catching up.
As can't happen, take a timeout to draw up just that 4-point play.
And yeah, as we surmised, Leonard has picked up the Jordan player of the game, but I think I think ours will go with Kristaps. I think that's a solid shout. He's had a good game. Leonard has been strong as ever. I think he's been stronger in this game than he was in the last one, but Kristaps with the blocks just kept Cat napping from even challenging in this match.
And drew some important fouls on Cat early doors.
Yeah,
To keep him out of the game.
Bogdanovic now outside. Finds Murray. Murray goes from deep with Sexton right in his face. Can't get it to go. And Leonard picks up the rebound. Finds Sexton in the corner. Back inside to Whiteside. And it is a simple dunk inside. And I think the catnapping team have gone for a
Tells the
nap.
story of this game, though. Catnapping, taking a difficult shot from outside rather than trying to work the space. Kareem finding the space, finding the players. Easy points.
As we now see Curry fouled at the other end. He'll go to the line for 2. Gets the first to go. Trying to minimise the pain of this deficit. It's more just about pride now, I think, for catnapping. Ooh, and as I say that, the second one clangs off the back of the rim. Williams inside for another easy 2.
Really just has not been Steph's game.
No, and you look, I mean, it's the size of the score difference outstanding. You know, Kareem of the Crop were already beelining for that 100-point mark early in this fourth quarter. And catnapping have just been stalled. You know, they've only just hit the 80 mark.
I mean, you see there, Kristaps with his double-double for this game.
Murray working on Sexton. Can't get it to go. Whiteside with the rebound. Williams now finds Leonard inside, and again, more points in the paint for Kareem of the Crop.
I mean, this has been comprehensive.
Yep. Proving though that the inside game is not done in this sport.
No, not at all. And maybe it's something that catnapping should have been adapting to and trying themselves.
Especially as Curry has just not been on it this game. It's another miss from him.
That's another rebound for Whiteside.
It's Curry now stripped by Sexton. 3-on-2 fast break opportunity. Leonard now goes up and over Bogdanovic for the slam. 26-point lead now for Kareem of the Crop.
We've talked a lot about rookies over the last couple of days, but Sexton in these games has been good. Putting good performances. Not let the occasion get to him.
Yep, he had a rocky start, you know, picked up an early foul, but since then he's been rock steady. Just, you know, not doing nothing stellar, but, you know, doing the fundamentals well. Williams tries to find his way inside. Can't get it to go. Murray now charging up. Draws the foul. That is on Sexton. He will go to the line for 2. Gets his first to go. And a few subs for both teams, it looks like.
I mean, that looks like catnapping have given up almost. They're taking Steph off rather than trying to get into a groove.
I mean, at this point, I think Van Vliet's probably a better option. He's actually been more on this game. If you're going to go for a 3 and Curry is cold. Though I would have liked to see Van Vliet and Curry on the court, actually. Murray's not really been offering them much all game. As Van Vliet drives to the hoop and gets it done for a 2 inside.
Here's Leonard. He was able to play both guards.
24 points.
6 points. And the coaching staff salivating about where his ceiling is. Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Zingas is checking in for Whiteside. She caused a
Maybe he is going to try and take this opportunity, make a name for himself.
I've got Porzingis working up against Thompson. Gets it to go. Tice with a flop for seemingly no reason.
And we see the stats for Bullings are 17 points this game.
It's been a very strong game for the big man.
And obviously, our choice for player of the game. Be interesting to see how the what story the box score tells.
Yeah, as he picks up yet another rebound there. So now we've got Sexton. Finds Porzingis inside for the jam. And we've been talking a lot about these two, and clearly they're just feeling it on court at the moment.
As Kareem approach a near 30-point lead.
Porzingis gets a block. I think that's all that's on their mind now. No letter. They're going for that 30-point lead. Crowder from the
They
corner.
are just trying to make a statement. Then maybe the rookie has one eye on next season. Trying to give us a warning.
Well, it'll be great to see his chops as Harris picks up a rebound, a block, sorry, on Murray. Sexton now with 30 seconds left on the game clock. Finds Porzingis inside. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line for 2 with a chance to push this lead to 30 points. First one goes. Yeah, Murray finally told to sit down by the catnapping GM. As Porzingis pushes Kareem of the Crop clear by a whopping 30 points in this battle for the Ross. As the clock winds down, it's just not been a contest.
It hasn't. It has been from the very start. Kareem's game.
Just an absolute whitewash. As Sexton winds down the clock, and there it is.
And Catnapping take home the Ross.
Yeah, I know the most decorated team in Ross history.
They are the most Ross we have ever had.
And with that relinquishes the Wakanda Panthers of the title of the Ross. A title I don't feel like they
Seemingly
really
we'd all
deserve.
forgotten about.
Yeah. But you know they held the title with grace and decorum all season long.
They did.
But
They put in a good effort to avoid a repeat.
Made smart trades for next season for draft picks, and they're looking like a
We
force to be
saw this
reckoned with.
last year
We did.
where the Wakanda Panthers had stellar draft picks.
Yeah, they
But
got-
unfortunately, a very injury-hit season.
It seems to be the tone for the Wakanda Panthers. I'm not quite sure what drills their GM is putting them through, but it does seem to cause quite a few injuries. But here's hoping we can see a strong season for them, because I'm imagining big things for them next season.
They've certainly given themselves a good leg up with those 2 first-round picks, I believe.
Yep,
And 2 in the second.
2 first round, 2 second, 3 in the 5th, and the first round that they don't pick in is the 10th.
You've got to think those 4 picks first 2 rounds, they can get some big names in.
Oh yeah, that's a solid team to build around. Let's take a look at the box score for a second in this game.
Yeah, let's see how our pick for player of the game did.
So Porzingis finishes on 21 points with 14 rebounds, only the 1 assist but 3 blocks, compared to Kawhi's 32 points, 7 rebounds, picks up 5 assists and 2 steals. Very active hands on this whole Kareem team. Just steals and blocks all over the place. Sexton picked up 2 steals himself and got himself 7 assists. But I think that was just the difference. They were more active on the offensive end as well.
Yeah, I would say that field goal percentage and finding the good shots, finding the open space, finding the man. You've got to say they deserved the result today.
When we compare that to the catnapping team, Steph does manage to finish on 16 points, but his shooting percentage was woeful.
2 of 13 from deep. That's so unlike him.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he's put up any more shots than he would have done normally, but it's just the amount that he's missed has been scary. He's hitting there a -21 on the plus minus. Cat on a -27.
Yeah, you look down at the face of the team.
Grinning even though he probably shouldn't be. It's just, it makes for sad reading, really, but that is how the game has settled. The rookie played a fantastic contest and has done himself proud on his first season.
Yeah, he has, and finished it with a sweep to avoid the roughs. But we've got another game.
We do. Let's sim this 5th-6th playoff. Sorry, this is the 3rd-4th playoff between Everybody Loves Draymond and Homeless Chic. Everybody Loves Draymond as San Antonio Spurs, needing the win here to take this to a game 3. Let's see what happens. Very even game in this first quarter as Homeless Chic start to pull away. Oh, really pull away now. Convincing first round score, 33. Which is going to be tough to undo. And Homeless Chic look like they're wrapping this up. Not quite as comprehensively as Cream of the Crop, but getting things done. Everybody Loves Draymond trying to pull it back in the 3rd, take the 3rd. It's going to need a big 4th from them now. Still close. Taking the lead in the 4th, late on. Oh, we're trading leads and Everybody Loves Draymond take it in the end by 3. Now we'll see a game 3 for this 3rd round.
That's how you turn things over in a second half.
Yep. It's how you get it done. And I feel like we should sim that game right now. The decider. Let's get this third place match done. Decider between the two. Who will finish 3rd in this broken season? Oh, and there's an injury for Homeless Chic. Andrew Wiggins with a dislocated right elbow.
Home Chic, of course, lost one of their big men, Joel Embiid, early doors in this playoff.
Yeah, but he did make it back to fitness for this finals round, so he is back in the starting lineup. But losing Wiggins will be a big hit, as they need a 2 to fill the space. I'm thinking that they might want Paul, CP3, to take on that responsibility with the experience that he has of playing in playoff series. Reinstates Baines to the rotation. Beasley will get some more minutes. And De'Aaron Fox will soak up the rest of those minutes. Let's see what that does to this final game. Ooh, close first here. Lead being traded. But everybody loves Draymond. Do just sneak the first quarter. I'm a Sheik pushing it in the second.
Draymond hoping this home court advantage will see them through.
Coming to the end of the third now. Homeless Sheik look like they've got the lead and it's theirs to lose. But everybody loves Draymond are keeping them pegged, and it is going to be a close finish.
And we saw what Draymond did last game.
They look to be doing it again, holding it now as we get to the last couple of minutes. And there it is. The late victory from Everybody Loves Draymond to claim that third spot. Well, there you have it. Everybody Loves Draymond claimed third. Homeless Sheik will finish fourth this year. Meanwhile, Kareem of the Crop finished seventh, ensuring that the catnapping regain the Ross.
Definitely regained. We've learned it's not retained. So just for the stats fans out there, last season, Everybody Loves Draymond finished third.
Some consistency going on in this league at the moment.
With the final being between you and I. So, I for one am hoping that that's a sign that 1 and 2 will finish the same way this season.
Well, let's see if history will once again repeat itself, or whether this broken commish of a GM can take the league under asterisk. But that brings us to a close for the scheduled play for today. Obviously, this does leave us with a potential finals between Kareem of the Crop and Everybody Loves Draymond. But we don't care about that, so we're just going to ignore it.
Savage.
Damn straight. I need a break before
Absolutely fair.
what happens next, because I'm just not going to be ready for it.
It's going to be big.
It is going to be big. So I will
Hoping
sign
to
off
see
for now.
some conclusive vengeance for yesterday.
Nah, just quit with the fouling, yeah?
You're one to talk. If anything, you started it yesterday.
Yeah. On that bombshell, we shall sign off.
Yeah.
See you in a few.